Hello, my name is Lucas. This is a bit of lit. We're going to talk about the second part of Song of Myself because I just woke up earlier today before work to some of the best news I've ever read in my life. So we're going to talk about a poem I love and have at it. This is the second part of Song of Myself of 52, if I remember correctly. So that should be fun. Houses and rooms are full of perfumes. The shelves are crowded with perfumes. I breathe the fragrance myself and know it and like it. The distillation would intoxicate me also, but I shall not let it. The atmosphere is not a perfume. It has no taste of the distillation. It is odorless. It is for my mouth forever. I am in love with it. I will go to the bank by the wood and become undisguised and naked. I am mad for it to be in contact with me. The smoke of my own breath, echoes, ripples, buzzed words, love root, silk thread, crotch, and vine. My respiration and inspiration, the beating of my heart, the passing of blood and air through my lungs, the sniff of green leaves and dry leaves, and of the shore and dark-colored sea rocks, and of hay in the barn, the sound of the belched words of my voice loosed to the eddies of the wind, a few light kisses, a few embraces, a reaching around of arms, the play of shine and shade on the trees as the supple boughs wag, the delight alone or in the rush of the streets, or along the fields and hillsides, the feeling of health, the full noon trill, the song of me rising from bed and meeting the sun. Have you reckoned 1,000 acres much? Have you reckoned the earth much? Have you practiced so long to learn to read? Have you felt so proud to get at the meaning of poems? Stop this day and night with me, and you shall possess the origin of all poems. You shall possess the good of the earth and sun. There are millions of suns left. You shall no longer take things at second or third hand, nor look through the eyes of the dead, nor feed on the spectres in books. You shall not look through my eyes either, not take things from me. You shall listen to all sides, and filter them from yourself. All right, so there's a lot here. Let's just kind of go through it. I'm gonna give some kind of analysis to each thing. I am no professional. I have not really looked into these. I just read it briefly before I went on camera, and then turned the camera on and started reading it again. So my ideas could be wrong. Let me know what you think. I will leave these lines down in the description below so you can read them. Yeah, so let's just go through it again. Houses and rooms are full of perfumes. He's got this little rhyme going here a little bit. A little singy-songy, not very often. Again, with the whole, these lists of things going on and the sort of unrestrained energy, as always with Whitman. Houses and rooms are full of perfumes. The shelves are crowded with perfumes. There's so many options, so many things to look at, so many things to smell and experience. I breathe the fragrance myself and know it and like it. It seems to me that he loves a great deal of things. The distillation would intoxicate me also, but I shall not let it. I suppose that he's not going to get, sort of caught up and hunkered down to one thing, but he's going to explore his own interests and tastes, is kind of how I take it, given the other fragrances of the perfumes. The atmosphere is not a perfume. It has no taste of the distillation. It is odorless. And I think, maybe this is a little contradictory to what I just said, but, given, before he was observing a spear of summer grass, he's going to explore nature and America's nature in particular. And, this is really going to be his perfume and his intoxication. Let's see if I remember the rest of the actual poem. It is for my mouth forever. I am in love with it. There we go. I will go to the bank by the wood and become undisguised and naked. I will become one with nature, my friends. I am mad for it to be in contact with me. And here we have a little note in the book. The symbolism of this passage, lines 14 to 20, suggests the opposition between experience and shelved books, and experience from nature, a Wordsworthian concept. All right, yeah, okay, so I guess I was a little bit off in a way. I mean, really experiencing things for yourself. Unlike, I suppose, these perfumes that give you a sense, he's going to go out for himself to enjoy these things, instead of having something made for him, like a book or a perfume. Okay, there we go. I was on the right track, but I guess I wasn't thinking of taking it a bit further back. That's all right. That's all right. The smoke of my own breath, echoes, ripples, buzzed whispers, love root, silk thread, crotch, and vine. Indeed, indeed. My respiration and inspiration, the beating of my heart, the passing of blood and air through my lungs. Every part of me, my whole body, I'm completely into it. I will experience everything. You know, this is what it makes me think of. Crotch and vine really gets me, though. The sniff of green leaves and dry leaves, and of the shore and dark-colored sea rocks, and of hay in the barn. All these experiences, all the things that we can love and get to know. The sound of the belched words of my voice loosed to the eddies of the wind. Being a free spirit, right? Even if we're a little bit gross, we are human. Anyway, where were we? Eddies in the wind. A few light kisses, a few embraces, a reaching around of arms. Okay, a little bit intimate, right? Okay, with nature, okay, but maybe with arms and embraces and kisses. Maybe there are other people involved. Yeah. All right. The play of shine and shade on the trees as the supple boughs wag. All right, just a beautiful description. It really makes me imagine like a nice breeze in a fairly enforested area, and the leaves are kind of rustling against each other. Just, I love it. It makes me feel so good. The delight alone, or in the rush of the streets, or along the fields and hillsides. Yeah, just a great pleasure. The feeling of health, again. The feeling of health, the full noon trill, the song of me rising from bed and meeting the sun. Remember, this is the song of myself. He's giving it all, giving his all, and sharing his thoughts, and being, one with us all, and universal, and whatever. Have you reckoned 1,000 acres much? Have you reckoned the earth much? Have you practiced so long to learn to read? Have you felt so proud to get at the meaning of poems? Yes. Stop this day and night with me, and you shall possess the origin of all poems. We're gonna learn it together. We're gonna go through the experiences. Coincidentally, this is in a book, like the perfumes. But if we live it and breathe it, I suppose, then we will know what he's talking about. You shall possess the good of the earth and sun. There are millions of suns left. And we have a little thing. Walt Whitman was stirred by astronomical immensity, and his grasp of solar data was advanced for his day. He was probably influenced by the New York lectures of the Cincinnati astronomer Ormsby McKnight Mitchell in December 1847. That's really cool. I didn't know that. You shall no longer... Yeah, I guess he's really taking it universally with there are millions of suns left, right? We are really going from the self to our surroundings, to all of Earth, to our society or whatever, to all of Earth, to space, right? So, you shall no longer take things at second or third hand, nor look through the eyes of the dead, nor feed on the specters in books. Again, with what we're seeing earlier from that other note that we talked about. And there was a note that I didn't talk about before, but it's super long, and it's just about the title and how he came to it. And maybe I will make a video about that individually. where was it? Yeah, Spectres of Books. It's sort of, dead. It's not the same as actually having a hands-on sort of experience. You shall not look through my eyes either, nor take things from me. You shall listen to all sides and filter them from yourself. A little bit of a contradiction, I feel like, just because we're reading it, but I guess if we're living it and breathing it, then in a way, he's just a guide. We will make our own informed decisions. That's all I've really got to say. I'm in a great mood. And I just wanted to talk about a part of a poem that I really love. And that's all. Have a great one. Thank you, America.